finally have some free time. You open up your editing software with full motivation, but suddenly you forget how to edit and end up doom scrolling instead. Does this sound familiar? Trust me, we've all been there. That's why in this video I'll show you the method that I use to break that loop and actually finish the edits that I start. To demonstrate my workflow, I've chosen to make an edit of the magnetic music video by Eyelid, and I've already marked the beats I want to hit on the timeline. Okay, so now what? Before I even cut my clips, I try to come up with a style or theme that the edit should have. To do this, I create a small mood board with a few images that fit the song and feel cohesive. To create these mood boards, I recommend using kiuzr. It's a free infinite canvas you can keep on top of your editing software. My main sources of inspiration are Pinterest and edits made by other people. When you're making a mood board, it's important you don't get discouraged and start thinking, I want to make something like this, but I don't know how. Don't worry about that. This stage is all about getting ideas and inspiration for your edit, so figuring out how to actually execute those ideas comes later. And besides, most of the time you are trying to create something similar and not copy it one-to-one. So here's the mood board that I made for this edit. You notice I went for a theme inspired by older technology and some retro graphic design, but more importantly, you'll see I have my images grouped in different categories. These images all have certain ideas that I liked and might want to incorporate into my edit in some way. For example, I like the composition and empty space on this one, and I think the background on this one looks interesting, so I might want to do something similar. I also have these images on the side, because the song is called Magnetic. I thought it might be fun to incorporate these magnetic fields, as they have some interesting shapes. And these are the colors I tend to use. They are based on this image that I liked, and I felt it would fit with the elements in the rest of the mood board. Alright, now that the mood board is finished, you have an idea of the style and mood of the edit will be, and we can move on to the next step. I don't make storyboards in the traditional way. Instead, I make what I call text-based storyboards. Basically, on every marker I add a text layer describing what that scene should be. For example, at this part of the song it goes like, and I think it would be cool if on every a window pops up revealing a scene from the music video. Like this image in the mood board, but with windows. So I'm going to write down windows popping with different scenes. Just a short description like this is fine, as long as you know what you meant when you come back later. As long as you made a mood board, this part becomes way easier because you already know the kind of shots, colors and transitions that you want. Now that my storyboard is finished, let's move on to the next step. This is when you actually start editing as you normally would. You have all the scenes laid out, now you just need to make them real. If you ever get stuck on how to execute a certain effect, or a scene just isn't working, you can always go back to a previous step and swap it out. That's also why this method works well. It gives you some structure to fall back on. I'm not going too in depth here, because it's pretty straightforward. Just do what you're good at and follow the guidelines that you made yourself. Anyway, here's the finished edit I made using this method. I hope this helps you create the edits that you want to make. This method works well for my style, which uses a lot of motion graphics, but I think any editor can benefit from a bit of planning and storyboarding. If you try it out, you will notice the process becomes less overwhelming and more straightforward. If you're still watching, please consider subscribing. I would like to make more long-form videos like this, and it would help me see if people are interested. Okay, that's all. Goodbye.